Hi friends! So it's the day that I've talked about this whole storage series that I'm doing. It is the day we're going to go into my basement and work on organizing it. I think I'm going to give you a tour of it before, and you're going to see how horrible it is, and then we will work on it together and hopefully get it organized. I have my vision board here that I made for myself for my dream life, and I have a blog post explaining how I made this, but I'm taking this downstairs with me because it's going to be pretty overwhelming at times for me to organize this. So having something visual for me to look at and to motivate me will be helpful, I think. So let's go. Well, here she is in all her glory. Doesn't she look fantastic? So this is my dreadful decor area. I also have a bunch of built-in wood shelves over here that I will show you. First off, I'm going to say that there was water in my basement previously, and there used to be carpet down here, and because of the flood, it was a mad scramble for me to put everything on shelves. That's why it is a big mess, but that happened a few years ago, and I haven't taken the time to go through my basement because it's been very overwhelming. But I feel like I'm at a place mentally where I know that this is making me feel worse about myself and about my house, and so I'm ready to get rid of a bunch of stuff, and I will give you a tour of like what this looks like, and I'll also talk to you about my plans, and then I'll show you the garage sale area so you can see the level of stuff that I'm going to be selling. I like where these shelves are. So the shelves that I use, they're plastic, which is great because if you have a basement, you don't want to use items that will like potentially mold. And then like for me, because I have had a problem with water getting in my basement before, hopefully it doesn't ever happen again. But I don't want to use like where the water came in was over here. And so I don't want to use like wood items that could mold or get ruined. And so these plastic shelves are awesome. I will link them if they're available online. They're my favorite. So I like where these shelves are. Those are my Halloween bins and these are my Christmas bins. So I want to move them over in this direction. And my goal is to get all of this stuff up on shelves or in the garage sale pile. Here is the garage sale area. So all of this stuff, not these bins, I have to go through this, and then this really cute 7-Up shelf I'm keeping, and I'm going to move to the other side of my basement so that I can actually use it. But otherwise, everything here is all for the yard sale. So you can't really see it, but in the back I have some furniture, but at this point it's all covered with boxes. And I mean, you can't even believe this is a bunch of stuff. A lot of it's from my sewing room, but I will be adding way more to this pile. So I'm going to sort through these bins, move this out of the way, and then I can stack way more garage sale stuff here. Then I set up this table so that I have a place to sort things, and then I have boxes down here so that I can make piles. So like this box is going to be items for projects that I want to do, and I don't want unfinished projects down here in the basement. Those should go in the craft room. And then I have my vision board right there to motivate me. And here are the wood shelves that I was talking about. So I've got a lot of disorganization here. I'm gonna have to figure out how to utilize these lower shelves. And then there's a whole another one. You can't really see it, but it's kind of dark. But there's another shelving unit on that side that holds all my stuff. Okay, so I'm trying very hard to not get overwhelmed by this. I've gotten overwhelmed past years before and like half cleaned up and then just quit because I couldn't do it. And this year I'm definitely going to do it. So I'm going to learn from my mistakes, and I'm just going to not have a deadline or a timeline to finish this because then I will stress myself out. So I'm just going to focus on tiny little bits of this basement and be proud of myself for everything that I do. So right now I'm just going to focus on this little bit right here. Is I've got 2 bins to sort through, and then I'm going to get this shelf clear so then I can move everything out of here and then have space to put all my items that I'm going to be giving away at the yard sale. Well, something I do want to say is if you have a basement, a big thing you got to worry about is getting moisture in the basement and then creating mold on your vintage items. So like when I first bought my house when I was 20, I did not know that. I would get items that would end up being moldy and it was awful. And a big game changer is getting a really good dehumidifier. After this flooded, I decided to buy a highly rated dehumidifier and it's been awesome. I run it all summer long and I never have to worry about mold or anything. So I will link the dehumidifier and the other items I use in here too. I will link below because a dehumidifier can save your vintage items from getting moldy, which is like the worst thing that can happen. All right, I cleared up this area and then moved the shelf to the other side of my basement, which is just where I have like a workshop. I'm just going to put it there temporarily and then eventually it will go against the wall over there. So I did find this nightlight that I got from Target, I think 10 years ago on clearance for $5. And I think I'm finally going to unbox it and put a battery in it because I think it would make me happy. So I've got a box here that is going to be stuff for the garage sale. And then I have a bin here to put Halloween and fall stuff in. This is going to be like where I put aprons and pot holders because I think I'm going to keep those upstairs in my craft room. I'm going to keep like all fabric-y soft items out of the basement. So the next thing I'm going to do is go through these big shelves, one shelf at a time. I'm going to take everything off the shelf and decide whether I want it or not. I emptied this entire shelf out and vacuumed it, and I have been putting things in huge piles because what I'm trying to do is figure out a system for me that makes a lot of sense, like to categorize loose items. So all my Halloween stuff is in bins and all my Christmas stuff is in bins, except for I have a box of bottle brush trees and a box of putz houses down here. Otherwise, they're all separate. And so this is all spring and summer decor that I want to keep. And I've already gone through it and I got rid of, I think, like 4 boxes worth of stuff to go into my yard sale. So I'm taking items off of my black shelves as well because I have some like kitchen items on the black shelf and I think I want most of this to be all kitchen related items. I only have this half of my cabinet done. The other half is like mostly my tins and stuff, and I wouldn't consider that kitchen. So I'm just working on my kitchen area, and then I'll figure out, maybe I'll have like a mug shelf. So we'll see what happens. I also put these boxes up here. I'm working on a third one that'll go right there. And so I wrote on them jars for projects. And so they're just plain jars that I will eventually put like either like potion labels or like for Halloween, or I'll put on like cute vintage decals and then I'll decorate with the items. But since they're not finished yet, there's no point in having them take up space here. So I think that's a good solution and a good use of space for this area, which is really high up, like I would say like 8 feet up, so it's hard for me to reach. And then I think I'm also going to have my board games lengthwise reaching back there because that takes up good space too. So I've taken some items down, like this area is a lot clearer. These shelves are a lot more empty. And then I'm just putting a lot of things back in their spots. So like I have these adorable plastic teacups that I got in Chicago. And then I have these plastic plates that are really cute, but I'm never going to decorate with these. I bought them to put in a picnic basket and to use, like actually use for a picnic one time. So I'm just going to put them right in my picnic basket up there. I got rid of a bunch of teacups, so these are the only ones that I'm keeping. I'm keeping 3 teacup and saucer sets. Otherwise, I'm keeping a few individual teacups, but the rest are all going in the garage sale. I also am only keeping one teapot. I got rid of four, I think. I'm just not that into, like, I used to really be into English cottage, and that's just not my vibe anymore. And so I'm getting rid of a lot of those items. Here's a box that I'm working on that's all going to go in the yard sale pile with a Pyrex in there. I don't like that it's cream color. I like colorful Pyrex only. And I got some few cookbooks in there and a bunch of stuff, vintage mirror, ice skates. So, but I've gotten rid of a bunch more boxes. Okay, back to work. I'm going to show you what I did here that I'm pretty proud of. So if you know about Marie Kondo, she uses a lot of little boxes in her organization. And so I tried doing that this time. And I'm really excited about it because, like, these stupid orange things always roll around all the time. And now they'll stay in place. And then also I can just move this box forward to get to the cookbooks that are back there. Because my shelves are really deep, and it's annoying when I have to like move all these items just to get to something back there. So I also box these items up so that these books are standing up, these tiny booklets, so I can see what they look like. And I put all of these cute kitchen boxes together. And then again, these bottles always fall down because they're kind of top heavy. And so now they stay in place in this box. I cannot believe I got this much done today. I was hoping I'd get like a few bins done. I went through a lot, which is why it's super important to just start and just try, because you might just, might snowball and you'll stay motivated, which is what happened to me. It's 10 o'clock at night, and I kept saying to myself, when it's 8 o'clock, I'll quit. When it's 9 o'clock, I'll quit. And then I just kept saying, I'm just gonna do one more box. I'm still feeling motivated. So, and I put back everything in the first two wood cabinets, and then the last two wood cabinets I haven't touched at all. So that's gonna be my project for tomorrow. Hi again. So it's the next day and these two cabinets are done. The main focus today for me, I only have like 3 hours, so I'm going to try to get these other two cabinets done, which would be awesome to get that all vacuumed out and cleaned out. We'll see what we can do. I did want to say yesterday, something that I did is, if you watched my sewing storage video, I think that was 2 weeks ago, I talked about how I made like a new section for my Christmas crafts and my Halloween crafts. And so now that I have a lot more space in my sewing room, I separated, so like I went through a lot of my Christmas bins and I took out all the items that are Christmas craft items. So they're not like actual finished decor. They're like little pieces that I want to like make into a wreath or something like that. And when they're mixed in with my Christmas decor, I always end up not doing it because I'm overwhelmed by wanting to decorate and I'm not in a headspace to craft. And so keeping that Christmas craft stuff separately in my craft room, I think is going to be really helpful. And like if I'm in the Christmas spirit in July, I can just pull it out of the drawer and start making stuff instead of having to unpack all my Christmas junk. So anyway, let's tackle this cabinet. Okay, here's this cabinet, which it looks really, really messy here, but I think this one will actually be easier because these two shelves are mostly empty. And then the bottom shelves are like all vintage books, which is going to be really easy to put back together. So hopefully this will go pretty quick. Okay, so I've sorted all of the items into piles. So here's my garage sale pile. I'm sorting through all the books, the ones that I don't want. I had 3 copies of this. Whoops. And this cute old Dumbo. But, you know, I don't need it anymore. Gray's not my color. I've got like clocks here, general random decor that I'll have to figure out, and then plates and all my figurines. I'm putting all my figurines together because a lot of times I look for figurines all at the same time. And I've got watering cans. Down here are decor boxes. And then this is my Valentine's Day and Easter section, which is not very big because I don't really collect for Easter. And this is all vacuumed out and empty. And then over here is where I have all my tins down there. I've got some phones over there. And then here's all my books. And I organized them by color, and there's so many that I have some down there. I have too many green and blue, but green does also work for Christmas. So, and green's my favorite color, so that makes sense why I have so many. So I'm gonna go through them, and I've already gotten rid of some, but I'll get rid of more. Okay, my time is up. So I did take care of all of the ceramic figurines that were here, which was awesome. And then I also took care of all of my tins that were down here. All my figurines are in this box, which is nice because they don't move nearly as much and they used to always fall down. So at least now they can all stay snugly together. And then I made this box of vintage party stuff. In the future, I think I want to decorate with vintage crepe paper. Like do like cute little spirals and hang them from my ceiling. So I'm collecting them. And then I also have vintage cake toppers. I've got like a bag of them. So I have them all in this little party box. And then I love all the boxes of my tins. It makes it so much more convenient, so I can just like pull this one out and see what's behind there, as opposed to like over here, I ran out of boxes, and so I can't see what's behind those green tins, which is a pain. So it's a good stopping point for me anyway, because I think I'm gonna go to Aldi and get some more of these like strawberry boxes. And I'm excited to use more of those boxes. I think they're super helpful. So I'm not sure when I'll be able to work more on this basement, maybe in a few days, but I'm very proud of myself for how far I've come. Hello again, friends. So it's been, I think, a week since I started the basement, and I took a little bit of a break. I focused on doing some other YouTube videos that were more time pressing, like I did a vintage winter decor one, which I had to get done as soon as possible. But also, I needed some time to get a bunch of boxes from Aldi. I got them in all different shapes and sizes. I have a whole nother stack over there. Aldi, they always have like a giant trolley that they throw their boxes in. And so I just went up to that trolley and took a bunch of boxes. And I especially like the strawberry box size. That one is awesome and has been working really well for me. So I really wanted boxes that are like shorter, not regular shipping boxes that are taller, because then I'm able to see my decor more. So I think I'm going to put a bunch of these boxes in here to organize the rest of the decor. All right, well, I think I'm going to take one of these boxes and use them for the tins that I had all stacked. And then I'm going to try to finish this cupboard today. Look at this whole space is clear now, except for that, but all that stuff goes upstairs. And I have this little vase, and I didn't know what to do with it, but I really like that it's pink and it's so cute, but I don't want to have to constantly remember to try to find a single flower or two to put in it. And then I got this little pinwheel at a flea market last year, but I didn't know how I was going to display it. Look how cute that looks together. So yeah, I'm definitely going to decorate with that. So here's what I've accomplished. I switched out the box with the party supplies for one that is longer, so it reaches all the way in the back. I put some mini ticket rolls and then my big ticket rolls in here. This box is really a miscellaneous box. It has figurines in it, and then it also has like these really pretty candlestick holders. It has, it's hard to see, sorry, it's so dark in here. I've got this like big candle frog that I'm excited to decorate with in the spring. Then I've got this one, which holds my teeny tiny little bit of Valentine's Day stuff, and then my little bit of Easter stuff, but I hope to add more to my collection, so I'm leaving this box empty for the most part. And then I have this teeny little box here, and it's because these are really little decor pieces. They're so small. These are like miniature decks of cards that I like to decorate with, and so at least this box keeps it contained. I can keep it from getting lost. This box has all my clocks in it, so I have clocks that need to be plugged in, but then I also have like little clocks like this that I like to decorate with. This box has bathroom items, so pieces like this, and then also all these It's a Small World Avon bottles that I got this summer. This is a box full of boxes. These are all vintage boxes that I enjoy decorating with. They're very similar to tins. I use them like interchangeably. Here are really big items that take up a lot of space, so I might have to figure out what else I can possibly do, but I've got 5 phones, so that's a wall phone back there that I hope to hang one day. And then these are individual rotary phones, and then this is like a shorter one that I like, and then this is a children's toy phone. Then I've got 2 scales, and then a mini sewing machine, And then this holds records, which I would really like to put a Marie Kondo decal on this, like maybe a few like flower power ones. So this is going to be on a project list, but I still might decorate with it as is. The only things I didn't put away are these tray type items that I use on my coffee table. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with them, so that's going to have to wait. And then I also have all these items which I consider to be artwork. And so I'm gonna have to figure out where I'm gonna put this stuff and how I'm gonna organize it. All right, the cabinets are done for the most part. I think they're done with what was on there. I have to go through these shelves now, and I'm assuming I'm gonna find items on these shelves that will end up going in the cupboards. But otherwise I'm done, which is awesome. So the main point of these big shelves is to hold items that are too tall for those shelves. Those shelves in the cupboards aren't adjustable, so they are what they are. And items like this bottle brush tree and then these candles that I made, they are too tall to go in there. And so that's what these shelves are for. The shelves are also for items that are holiday related that I don't really want to take up room in a bin. I mean, if I put like some of these items in the bin, they would take up half the bin. So putting it here is just a lot easier and I don't have to buy a million bins. So the plan is having a Christmas shelf, a Halloween shelf, and then these shelves are going to be not seasonal decor, pieces that I can decorate with year round. I see a lot of stuff that I'm going to get rid of, so I wouldn't be surprised if I don't even need the fourth shelf, but we'll see. So I quickly realized that I don't need two bins for Halloween and Christmas, and the reason why is because a majority of my Christmas stuff I put away in a bin that I got for free. So this really big red bin, it doesn't look that big, but it's like twice the size of a regular bin. I got that for free from a sweet little old lady. She gave me a bunch of free sewing supplies that she didn't want anymore. And I ended up not keeping a lot of it just because I have a ton of sewing supplies already. But I did get this bin for free, which was super cool. And I put a bunch of my like little Santa blow molds and stuff like that in there. And it works really great. And it's red and I know it's for Christmas. But that's why I don't need an entire shelf for Christmas. So I put my little bit of Halloween up there, Christmas here. So this shelf is pretty much empty except for these lamps up here, which will just stay. And I'm going to start sorting through all these items and moving them over there so then I can hold each item one at a time and decide whether I want it or not. Like all these like yarn balls and linen and scrap balls and stuff, like I don't think I want a bunch of those. I don't want a lot of those wreaths, so we're getting rid of a lot. I did a few more things, so I didn't know what to do with all my artwork, and I put them all together now in a box so that I can quickly flip through them and see what I have. And then I also put these little photo hangy thingies, and then these also are good for holding plates and books and stuff like that. All of my trays, and then also my little like shelves and stuff, I leaned up against here so that I can quickly flip through them. And then I put some of my extra boxes and bins and stuff that I like to use for organizing. And then what I had talked about happened. I found a whole crate full of tins that I didn't realize I had. So I'm going to have to look at all these and decide what I want and then put them in the cupboard. Okay, I officially made it through everything. It's all done. Like, all of the decor is gone through. I don't have to decide on anything anymore. And yeah, I got rid of enough stuff that I'm not using this entire shelf, which is super cool. I'm still going to keep it though. I'll probably end up filling it up. A big part of me doing all this is to really identify the items I love the most. And now I know I really love colorful, I really love 70s and flower power and really cute retro packaging. So that's the kind of stuff I'll be on the lookout for this flea market season and when I go to estate sales. The last thing that we have to do is the big move. So I have to move all my Christmas and Halloween bins over to where that table's been. And then you've probably been wondering, Emily, where are all your blow molds? Because I always have a bunch of blow molds in the holiday season. And they're all in another room right now, just while I've been cleaning. But my blow molds are going to go over there. And I'm going to do the final organization. Alright, so the decor portion of my basement is completely done, and look how much of the floor we can see. The big reason we can't see the whole floor is my ginormous yard sale pile is taking over half of the space here, and over here there's even more stuff. I have a few open boxes that still have room to fill. I gotta close this one up. But once my yard sale is done this summer, this whole area is going to be free, and I think I'll move my blow molds over there. But anyway, here is what it looks like. I still got to go through the board games and stuff, but that's boring. I'm not going to show you guys that. I do have this really cute 7-Up crate shelf thing, so I use that to put some of my really fragile Halloween items. Here are my blow molds, looking all nice. They're all the Halloween ones, except for this one snowman. But all my really big Christmas ones are out in the garage because I put those outside. Then here I put a few of my Halloween bins. This one is mostly empty, so I can fill that with things that I find. This is just full of those Aldi boxes if I need them later. I took the top shelf off of this so that I could put some taller items, and that's really nice. So yeah, this looks way better, and I'm pretty excited about it. And I did make room for my tins in here. I'll show you what that looks like now. So I moved some shelves down to make more room for the tins, so the tins can be these two top shelves and then this one as well. But I still have a lot of room in here. I have this whole extra space I could put another box. So I'm really pumped about me getting all of this done. And then here are all the bins for Halloween and Christmas. Oh, hi, buddy. See, look, my cat gets to roam around now. He's very excited about it. Good boy, buddy. The main takeaways that I have after doing this is to set incredibly low expectations for yourself. If you get easily overwhelmed by the amount of stuff you have, set the bar really low. Like, I'm just gonna do one bin today, and if you do more, that's amazing. If you just do the one bin, be incredibly proud of yourself. You might accidentally do way more than you intended, which happened to me quite a few times, which was great. Another huge takeaway is that Marie Kondo, with all her little boxes, she is really onto something, because I think that has improved my shelving in there a lot. And then I also added boxes here that is helping a ton. It's great for organizing. It helps things not fall over all the time. And it makes things way more easily accessible. And it looks more like a store and it gets you more excited to actually use those items. So we did it. We did the whole basement together. I have to say a big thank you to you personally, because me doing this video was very motivating. Actually, me doing the video is probably what got me to do it at all, was I knew that it would help other people if they saw my gross, overcrowded, junky basement, and it really helped me a lot. So thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you a lot. And if you have a basement or an attic that needs help, you can do it. I have full confidence in you. Just get started just a little bit, and anything that you can get done is a big achievement, and I'm so proud of you. Thank you for watching, friends. Bye!